some love. Be my better half. I promise I will never let you down, my girl. Jewelry, dollar bills, many things don't mean nothing. For as long as you got my heart, yeah. I want to number, come on, yes, come on, you won't kwetegereza. I say yes, I say no, I say baby, let's take it slow. You were my number one girl, you ruled my world, and you took my heart. Never a bad part, you made me big, you made me big. Every time I come over, you made me big. But why? But why? But you never ever take what I say. See, I need you. But you do what you do ever again. Rock my world, it goes around, around and round and round. I love you so, I need you so, I never leave you so. Girl, I tell you this every day, every night, that I really feel you, I can't deny. Give us a chance, you and I, you and I, you and I. Give us a chance, you and I, you and I, you and I. Watch on me, watch on me, watch on me, watch on me, give me some love, give my better heart, I promise I will never let you down, my girl. Nothing gonna last for long. Time does not wait. Okay, man. In 2008, Mr. Okeman over one. Summertime in Uganda. Come on. Tell about the things in no way. You know that they humble at the tongue, them one people humble at the fast news. Never never need it, you know way. You will lose, you will never drop me. But I never need to do it fast way. I go to my you know forget the time. When you bring around the rock style, many people know that I have all the time. Every day, every night, they are they my wife is a dance on my so one in the kitchen. Oh, from the yard, so I can't pass the gun. You know I'm coming around the way by around. Going back then they say Pokemon. Look at them kids shouting Pokemon. The radio boys to say Pokemon. Rich Zazinga, Abachala, Zazinga, Abami, Zazinga, Senyosi, Zena Singa, Zima, Zazinga, Senyosi, Zena Singa, Zima, Zazinga, say one and I use Zazinga, good morning. Sebo, I'm exceeding speed limit. Katoro what trailer akorachi. Because whatever speed I'm going at, if I'm respecting the speed limit, whatever speed I'm going at, the trailer is supposed to be 10 kilometers slower than me. But the trailer is definitely faster than me. But good morning, my people. Muyombia Mark, Zaz Debi Klaje, Warabi H VIP. Good morning, Sambira Daniel Frederick VIP. Good morning. Emmanuel Arinaite, good morning. Karota, Uganda. And of course, Muchunguzi Gerald. Mwasuze Mutia, how did you guys sleep? Today is Monday, Smart Money Monday. Yes, they have a new theme day, Smart Money Monday. And today we're going to be talking about car resale value versus car delivered value. But that's what we're going to be talking about. Yeah, I'm doing the speed limit. I'm doing 50 kilometers per hour, which is very, very acceptable. The trailer in front of me is supposed to be doing 55 to 60 kilometers per hour. Those are old bottles. That mound there. Those are old bottles. That factory does recycles plastic bottles, I think, to make new plastic bottles or something. But that's what they do. It's a plastics processing plant. But how are you guys? The month is going. Today is 23rd June. So I hope you guys have achieved what you should have achieved by half year, because it's half a year now. Yeah. So anyway, what do you think is the comparison? If you could just define for me the concept, car resale value versus car delivered value. If you could just modify, you could just define the concepts for me. You tell me what you think I mean by car resale value versus car delivered value. We are doing 50 kilometers per hour. I think I know we're truly about to kill 80. Appetite, satisfy, girl, give me a chance, I know your mind. Say what I say, show you ya. Excuse me, pause me, when Falana, when Jaka, I need you, and you cannot leave. Solid line. Omulabye abana ba Subaru ne bagenda kutomeza moroka buli kisera tebamanyi moroka kati he can show you that nemo corner is out. There are times when overtaking doesn't actually make sense. It's a solid line. It's almost a corner. There's a trailer in front of the other person you're overtaking. There are multiple borders in front of the other person overtaking. Right? Sometimes it just doesn't make sense. Girl, you got me feeling hot.
Just imagine if it miscalculates, nasanga bo L4 ne trailer nga weri ne bamunyigira makati awo ngagamba chi nti yabadduka. Sometimes me, the reason I don't overtake in certain places is because when you think about where you're going, how much you're going to make, or how much you hope to save by going there very, very fast, it's not worth it. You get it? So that's why it's actually a very good thing for you to just wake up early. Zuku kabuzuku simangu kumacha ogi. Gerald Munange, the network is cutting off almost everyone. Yeah, I think it's just, the network is poor. I don't know what network do you guys use. Whoever is having challenges accessing the broadcast, you tell us what network you're using as well. MTN should be okay. Should be okay. I don't know what's happening. I'm also using MTN. And it seems to be stable enough. Then I choose 15 people back. Yeah, guys, we're talking about car resale value versus car delivered value. And I wanted you to first of all define for me what you understand when by the terms, by the concept of car resale value versus car delivered value. Which was what I mean. Because sometimes when people are buying cars, we over-focus on the car resale value and we forget the car delivered value. And their numbers I'm going to try and do for you to see if they make sense. And also in other news, if you have 24 million shillings and you're looking to buy a car, Mama Abani yakiriza erakitisi yetu jijeo. Finally, achanye nyo mutwe awulira bubi but yakiriza karaktiske. Some person that is willing to buy it, you can come check it out and see if you want to take it. Of course, you can bargain with her no rubber cent za komera, but asking price is 24 million shillings. You come and we see if you can buy the raktis. I have tried to maintain it proper. I've tried to maintain it proper. So, she's almost beating up herself for not to sell, but she will sell proper. So if you have 24 million shillings and you're looking for a car that will not give you headaches, you can come and see if you can take it before other people take it, because so if you are been looking for a car and your budget is 24, you can come and bargain with Mama Aban. Today is Smart Money. We are talking about car delivered value versus car resale value. Try to define this for me. Try to define the concept for me. Let me give you 1 minute to define what are defining as and defining to get a mass or ayabas. No, you tell like this. Tell me what it is. Kajimu ni mukalabi kako kali ku UBE. Enze tebunda bikira bulungi. They even seem like they can fall. They look like they can fall.
She walks away, she goes. That's why she say every time. I tell them what is in me. Okay, man. That's that. Okay, man. For the sound, for the sound. Let's go, yes. Oh, no, no.
Amina Kasule Alois Uchunguzi Gerard Agamba Arthur car resale value is the estimated amount the car can be sold for after a period of use, while car delivered value is the initial cost or worth of the car when it's first provided to the buyer. Car resale value, right? But car delivered value, in my own understanding, in what I meant was how much value the car gives you for the period that you own it. Wanji, the car resale value in actual sense is if someone is to buy it, they'll buy it 2 million, 3 million shillings. So it has very poor resale value. But the story might be different if you sat the owner of that car down and ask them of the delivered value. The chances are high that that person will tell you the car has helped him make hundreds of millions of shillings. Why? He goes to a business meeting and nobody will underlook him. He will drive that car, go for a business meeting somewhere, and everyone will respect him because he's driving a big SUV. And they will give him business. So in terms of delivered value, he might have bought that car, let's say 7 million shillings. But for the period he has owned it, he has made more money than the person that owns the Sienta, this Sienta behind us. Osegera. Let's say the person bought that car 3 million shillings, the Isuzu Big Horn, and the person that bought the Sienta bought it at 18 million shillings. And they have owned those cars for 2 years. The person in the Big Horn has been able to go to places and being given deals that are worth more than 100 million shillings. Yet the person that is driving the Sienta, or owns the Sienta, hasn't been able to make the same amount of money. But when we go back to selling, the person of the Sienta can get back their 18 million shillings, but the person of the Big Horn will not even be able to recoup the 2 million shillings that he bought that car, or the 7 million shillings. So he ends up selling the car or even giving it away. Yet the person of the Sienta doesn't give it away. He can buy another car. I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying. There's a difference between car resale value and car delivered value. Now, majority of the time when we are buying cars, we are constantly looking at the car resale value and we are forgetting the car delivered value. Now, car delivered value is very important. When organizations buy cars, they look at the delivered value. what value am I going to be getting from this car? You get ngenda banfuna value yenkana chi, ngenda ba emoroka eno ngenda kuba njifuna mu value yenkana chi, which is very important. Ngenda kuba nfuna mu value yenkana etya okitegeera versus the resale, because when we think about it closely, all cars lose a bit of value. Cars will lose about 10%, 10 to 20% every year. Of course, they have a time when they are reaching a teacher, it's not losing value. You see that fielder in front of us? It will be sold to you at 24, 25, regardless of where you buy it. 24, 25. It's no longer losing value. It is no longer losing what? It is no longer losing value. Losing value. That's the fielder for you. Nenga ate waliwo emmoroka ezimu nga nazo zinawe zituuka nga etuuka n'elalira mu 20 million nga tekka wansi wa 20. Nga bw'enekka wansi wa 20 ojja kuba okola otunze bubi. Like that fielder there, if that person sells it less than 24 million shillings, he will have sold it badly. Ajja kuba afiiriddwa. Eyinza okisanga ya 27. Why? Because of the condition that it is in. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So we are talking about car resale value versus car delivered value. A person buys a chigege. Like I gave you an example, I think some time ago, I bought a chigege with someone and then he sold it to a person that I was doing inspection for. The person bought the chigege 20 what? 27? But when he was selling, he sold it at 31, I think, 31 million. Was it? Yes. Kati emoroka yali emukoledde emyezi nga gijo nga tagikoze emuloosi ng'ate ne mu kugitunda agitunze n'akola ssente ze ne zivaayo okitegeera. So he got delivered value, he also got resale value. There are cars that will give you both delivered and resale value. Ezo weeziri emmoroka bwe zityo. Like a chigege right now, if it's in good condition, is one car that will give you good resale value and it also deliver good value. I don't know if I'm confusing you. Tell me if I am. Timothy, good morning. Chika Wariki, good morning. Akiram, good morning. Good morning. I hope you guys are doing well. This is a very clear example. Kasule Alois is saying that his brother bought a double cabin, had the body, and he never understood it. But he got a contract to paint the synagogue, church, and other painting projects because people thought he was worth it. He was worth the trust. He was worth the trust. I don't know if you get what we are saying here. So the double cabin, ayinza yajikula sente nyingi at the time, but the delivered value was too high. Contract for those that don't go to the synagogue church yakakanda eyo yokubbiri. Your contract yokusiga church eyo gimanyi obunene bweriko. In the end, he can buy other double cabin pickups and he can buy the cars that have resale. But resale value at that time does not really matter. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So, Mister, you are on point, but do you remember when we discussed the Maslow's hierarchy of needs? most of us consider resale value because of the level we are at. Yes, I totally understand, but I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to give you an example, guys. I want you to look at me when I'm giving you this example. I want you to look at me when I'm giving you this example. So I want you to look at me, guys, as I give you this example. Today, and one reason why Mama Aban finally agreed to sell her practice, because this is not my car. Eh? Aliwa na azimbi alinga sekoko. Kastanga ndi mumuruka ya mukazi nakola ati. So anyway, guys, so I finally decided to buy Prius. And now the question is, do we have 2 cars? Do we really need 2 cars, or we don't need 2 cars? We share the car, whatever car we have. So if she wants to go somewhere, of course, yesterday namuganyo kuvuga because tanaiga reverse. And then when she came back, ngamunyivu, nemga tugene kuyigize reverse. So we went and I started teaching her how to reverse, and she's good now. She was actually good. I didn't have to but anyway, so I finally decided to buy a Prius, and this is the math that makes sense for me. Ideally, with the distance I drive in Nzenga Arthur, in this car, I use about 80 full tanks of fuel a year. That's about 20 million shillings Nobuguamu a year. Now, if I spend 20 million shillings every year on fuel, I did my math. And if I have a Prius, with the kind of saving the Prius can do, I'll be using about 9 million shillings a year. 9.7, 9.8 there. That means I'll be saving 10 million shillings Nobuguamu on fuel every year. 10 million saving. Now, the Prius is very expensive, which is no problem. But when I'm buying that Prius, there is no resale value. Priuses have no resale value at all. Like, nobody wants it. The Prius abantu banaba kuzagara. But me, nze bwe mbangula Prius eyo, sijigula because bajja jingula ko sente bimoroka mbimanyi. I am buying it to drive it for a minimum of 4 years. Ngachi nabagambi, for you to get value out of your car, ebenga tekyasala nnyo givuga emyaka emeka ena. But even after 5 years, I can renew the same car. Bugaba manda gono ne sente kemu eryande pya. In 4 years, if you are saving on fuel alone 10 million shillings, that means in 4 years you will have saved 40 million shillings in fuel. That's money owa fuel that agenda kusavinga. That's money owa vits kada inzo banga tatuka yo million abili because it's not 1.5 liter. But I'm telling you, the Prius breaks down a lot. I've not seen a Prius break down, William. I have not seen. Prius, William, give me more. Tell me more information. Where have you seen a Prius break down, and what was the breaking down for? How many Priuses have you seen that break down? And trust me, I've done my research. With the hybrids, the hybrid is single kufa ye filter ne aqua. Filter ne aqua. Filter ne aqua. Filter ne aqua zifanyo. But the Prius is without dala. So let me give you 2 minutes, William, for you to give us more information. But I've done the math. You'll be saving at least 10 million shillings a year in fuel. Now, let's imagine it breaks down a lot, like William is saying. What things do Priuses break down for? Prius zifa manda, nezifane chi, nezifane braking system. Control cha brakes echumaso. Wachigera bye bintu bibiri ebifa. Ebintu ebyo bibiri amanda gafa because you don't service them. Service ya Prius ya amanda ya mitwala 3.5 kwana. You can service that car once every 2 years or once every year, depending on where you drive. Now, let's just imagine you replace a battery every year. Or your mathi kanso kempe William Chasa so katubuli de bibye. Me have done math I've done math in Zimbabwe. Kati William, give us info.
It's not a feeling time when you're by my side,
George Senkubuke, good morning. Zombolo, good morning. Lawrence Omuli, good morning. Timothy, I'm not a car dealer. No. I just love cars. Henry Modern Juice, good morning. Now, let me go back to Gerald. William Tatuwade, Atugambi Priuses break down a lot. Atugambi what makes them, what they break down for. The Prius is the braking system and the batteries. Braking system batteries. The engine doesn't die. The engine never dies because the engine, when does it even work? Service. The suspension is depending on where you drive. Suspension is jakufa. But if you drive properly, let me go back to Muchunguzi Gerald. Now, Muchunguzi Gerald, do you get my point? Resale value. You focus on the delivered value. Like if I buy this car now, how much value will it give me? And does it matter how much I will sell it later? Because if a car is saving you 40 million in 4 years, it doesn't matter whether they buy it or not. Of course, someone is going to say, now, Arthur, will you be keeping that money aside? No, I will not. But I'll be using it for other projects. How many cars save you 40 million shillings a year? Oh, you. If I'm to compare a Prius and that Vista Adeo in front of me, you'd be saving about 15 million shillings a year or 20, because the Vista Adeo atekati ye nyo okusinga emoroka endala zino 1.5 liter NZ zetuvuga. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Alei Balamoy Brian, hi. Chikawariki, that the money you're supposedly going to save on fuel is just in words. It don't be available in cash at the end of the year. It's like how people tell you, you the people that don't drink booze, where is the money you have saved from not drinking booze? So does it mean we should drink booze? It doesn't mean we should drink booze. But I'm telling you that the 10 million that I'm going to be saving, I can be using that money for other things. Kati, I'll give you an example, Ricky. Some of us, good morning, Lawrence Omule, how are you today? William, I'm still waiting for you to tell me where the Prius breaks down and what the Prius has been breaking down on the people you know. So, Ricky, let me tell you one thing. If there is one thing we know, it is that the money zo kazibe sente chi oyinza okuba toziyina mu ngalo nayo zirabako byozikozemu nti nze nga Arthur million 10, if I got 10 million and put it on my house, oh yeah, 10 million will push me. Okitegeera, 10 million is a lot of money. 10 million zizimba ekikomera. Okitegeera, 10 million zizimba ekikomera ziteekako ne gate. You get 10 million zitayiringa ennyumba. 10 million zigula tanka nezigimiza noziyimiza. 10 million ozimbako oluzi. 10 million does a lot. Now just imagine you're saving 10 million annually. And I've told you, if let's say your Prius or whatever hybrid you have has a battery that dies every year. A battery, and the battery cannot die. The battery cannot die entirely every year. Abana bawano, they replace modules. There is a guy who hybrid when nobody take convention. I replacing modules. Amanda, the hybrid battery generally has about 36 batteries, 36 modules, and it's the modules that die. It's not the battery, the entire battery. So they can replace one module at a time if you want, or they can replace like 10 modules. Normally they replace about 10 modules at a go. Each module costs about between 150 to 200,000 shillings. So 10 modules will probably cost you about 2 million shillings. So even if you were replacing 10 modules a year, you still save a lot of money from fuel. Now the savings don't seem like they will be there, but I can tell you the reason why people don't buy cars and keep taking taxis is because of the delivered value in the taxi. I totally agree with you, but to me, I'm still looking at the Maslow's thing. Now, Maslow's hierarchy of needs is very important, and I focus a lot on the Maslow's hierarchy. But the thing that you have to understand, Nzenga Arthur, every time I put fuel in my car, I put a full tank. I put a full tank of fuel. But when I come, or I fill my tank. What does that mean for me? It means that if I use 2 full tanks a week, in a Prius, I'll be using 1 tank a week. A full tank of fuel is about 200,000. That means if I'm using 2 full tanks a week and I save 4 tanks, that means I'll be saving 800,000 every month. You get what I'm saying? Now, which town is this? It looks nice. Does it? So I totally understand the Maslow's hierarchy, but I'm not refuting. I'm only telling you guys to focus on the car resale value versus the delivered value. What are you looking for at the moment? Now, the way to Sekati, where I am, I look at the delivered value more than the resale value. The resale value is totally important. The resale value is totally important, but I want to focus on the delivered value. Nzenga Arthur, I want to focus on the delivered value because for me, getting value out of my car is much more important than maintaining the value of the actual car. Because you can maintain the value of the actual car for 5 years, and in the 5th year, the moment the motor is losing 50% of its value. So if you are recouping your value out of the car all the time, it would be something that would work for you. It would be something that would definitely work for you. Good morning, Starch Events. William, I'm still waiting for you to tell me the things about Prius breaking down. The things about the Prius is breaking down. I've not seen a Prius that broke down, by the way. Nzenga Arthur. I've seen people whose Priuses broke down because they tried to take the car to the washing bay to wash the engine room. And some people that have had batteries break down, mostly it's because they don't close their windows, so the dust goes into the battery compartment, or they don't service their batteries on time. The motor itself and the engine don't die. Your Prius have a braking system, and the braking system is sharing MPO yemunechi ne battery n'amasanyalaze gegamu. So guys, I'm waiting. What would you rather get out of a car? Resale value or delivered value? Waliwo extrairo yizizo bbiri, waliwo goofu, waliwo extrairo 3. Hey, extrairo, waliwo Pajero GDI 5. Those cars are not a joking subject. But guys, tell me, I understand Arthur a lot. If he changes from 300k a week to 150,000 a week, use the 150 you save per week to buy bricks. After a year, come back and thank him. Thank you very much, Kasure. Go and take it. You may not have the money in cash. Naye sente zozikola chinene nyonyo. Era nchawe munda wa Prius temwe unya. Munda wa Prius ncha. Naye ngamba gambye, this practice is on sale now. eno gyenvuga yenyini gye mbadde nga nvuga. So if you have 24 million you can come obagaininge ne mama Aban gwagenda osokukula ku mama Aban nga abagaininga naawe ade bagala omulabako. You can come and bargain and give it's haka ndi mumoroka ya mukazi. And then I give her her money katandika okusharinga eyange ali wanazimbye nga sekoko oli mumoroka yange. So we finally agreed we don't need two cars. Katuvuge Prius. So guys, jeke mathi wanga making the sense oboze mazokola mathi wanga omutono tono. Wakati gwe jeke gwe oli yesterday I met an engineer of mine akola SC and he told me Arthur no SC oyo mulaba SC affecting obulamu bwo omutima amanyi g'ekisajja even ereta ne mood swings ne mubu na kuba munaye wanga de Nisani ewanga de eri ku U80 naye ekyabikola eri nga waliyo jam atukyukire bano tuyite mu kataka. Katukuba akataka eri ku main waliyo ka jam.
Abasunga na wana bakamba yo manamba we gonna become my wife we band them down Chitulina tell together Abasunga na wana bakamba teya kutwala teya kuvimba teya kusobola baby girl you will rock tonight give me by my side you was stuck with me girl if I got feeling fine you know by my side It's got you in my life, you know. She not a lot for me. So I do this simple thing for her. Cause she give me one, everything she do give me one, you know.
Guy, ndabe ekifananyi kya chairman Nyanzi, and then I realized politics is a very funny thing. Because kakati, it almost feels like I failed the other side. I know now I cannot make it, so let me come here and I try my. So all of an taxi wona bayite nkitegeza kajamu kayitirivu wali.
Yeah. Another style. Okay, man. I woke up in a good. I don't know why, but I'm feeling too like I own the whole mood. I'm not gonna put on a t-shirt today. Feel like the tears get out today. I make her smile, I make her laugh. I make her dance, I make her wine. Feel like getting down to me. Feel like touching down to me. I'll make you want to make you want to make you want to. I'll make you smile. I'll make you after that, I'll take you to my place where we will play. I will go play. Yeah, feeling good. Jump, feeling good. Feeling good. Jump. You and me, we roll the one. Gonna make them jump, gonna make them dance. Come on, jump, 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 jump. Jump, 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 jump.
So it's exactly 59 minutes of the broadcasting in Abasigula. So that So that 1 hour yafe tuba tugikubye. Mwebale nnyo kubeera ku broadcast. Thank you for choosing. I hope it has made sense. Me, I conclude by saying, let's look at the delivered value as well. Lwakuba nti abantu abamu ebiseera ebimu they buy cars nga the delivered value tagimanyi. Tamanyi what am I going to use the car for, how much am I going to be making, how much am I going to be saving and stuff like that. And because they don't know those things, so they don't know what the delivered value is going to be. They only look at the resale value because they know I'll be selling. Now, there are cars that you're going to actually buy, and the only thing you're supposed to focus on is only the delivery. Waliwo emmoloka bwezityo ng'ogenda gigula ngo ekya resale okivuddeko ng'otundira ku delivered value. I think that's why abantu b'oku project abakozesa biroole they use Sinotrax, because Sinotrax agimanyi for the period that I'm going to use it, it's not going to break down. It's going to give me performance. It's going to be nebo natuko jitula nebwene ensa ejaba tensa zikiri awo. There are people nga bayina gula Kanta, ayina gula Isuzu, ayina okisegeera. Why? Because ezo zigenda mu resale value because tamanyi oba chi. No, you didn't. Sorry, no, you didn't. Sorry, network took me off. Mbadde ndi mu basibula naye nga mbasibula with closing remarks. Very important. Closing remarks are very important. So we are talking about the drones versus the Chigege for comparison. Nti drone ejampya. In theory, olokuba drone ejampya, we think it should be easier to maintain, keep on the road because eja ujija mu born technology mpya enywa amafuta matono and all that thing. But in actual sense, the drone is very expensive to keep on the road. Ya bei okumira kukumu okusinga Chigege. Chigege engine bweba namu nga gearbox namu na ne braking system ekola, Chigege teina kyebanja. But the drone egenda kubanja amasanyalaze, tabo maintenance. Okitegeera ga drone eba ya bei okumira kukubo. Era bangi bazivuga kukubo ko nga nfu tebalina kyakola. Kasiteba ngetuuka gyatwala abasaabaze neekoma mu parking. Okitegeera, so the delivered value. When we talk about delivered value, ojagenda okwesanga nga Chigege ekuwa delivered value ekuwa ne resale value. Waliwo emmoloka ezijja okuwa byombi. But mmoloka zaffe in our small cars, it's very hard to find a car that will give you both delivered. Nabagambye, me, I'm looking at the delivered value for most of my time now because the delivered value translates into other things. Nabagambye oli ani abagambye wano nti muganda wegula double cabin. Ekimuwesa contract eyokusiiga ebizimbe because abantu bamutulira bati nga ava mu double cabin bagamba olugaya ateekwa construction amanyi byakola. It's just there. Singa yagenda mu vits aligambye ono yetetenkanya. So it's important for you to do the math for the car you're going to buy or the car you have, olabe wajje kutwala resale value versus delivered value. Kamba sibule Muyombya Maxas David Klaje walabye VIP, Chisambera Daniel Frederick VIP, Emmanuel Arena Itwe, Karota Uganda Sechitoriko Norman, Mchunguzi Gerald, Wabuye Nelson, Engineer Mugarura, Travel Live Law Kasule Alois, Mutasingwa Ivan Kakumba, Chikawariki Timothy Akiram, Zomboro George Senkubuge, Lawrence Omule, Timothy Ayela Balamoy Brian, Chikawariki, Mamaze Starch Events, JK of course, Ronald M. Kasendwa VIP, Samuel Darren, Ntale Samuel, Waira Cedra, Felix Eriatungisa. In Uganda, if you have no car, you look like a criminal. Timothy, that's too much. Anyway, guys, Kamba Sibule Buyega Ivan, thank you very much for being part of the broadcast. Namabari Mokamori, I don't take it for granted. Even the guys that are watching this broadcast later on in the day, in the week, in the month, or in the year, I'd like to remind you that 30th August, we're going to Kula for Cars Convention. Yes, we're Bat Valley, we're going to Kula for Cars Convention. This is the only day where the day is about you. It's not about the cars. It's about you and your love for cars. That's why we call it the Love for Cars Convention. We come together, we sit, we network, we learn, we find out what problems are other people having with cars and how a mechanic is solving them. We also find out what problems the current cars are having, because we are going to have a full panel ey'aba makanika nga batunnyonnyola ebizibu ebiri mu mmotoka kati ze tugula, ebibeerawo, olumu n'okumanya what the causes for those problems are and how to make sure that we amanyire mugasa high to make sure that we avoid those problems. And then we also have demonstrations there. Mechanical diesel, diesel system works, mechanical maintain these things properly. We'll also have contests. Tire all of a sudden jam how do you find what could be the problem? And then will be a lot of learning on that day. Guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Nothing Mokamori, don't take us for granted. Na network it. Network anjira bebadde tujjawo nga bwetuze. But I'll see you tomorrow, Market Tuesday, guys. Monday will always be smart money Monday. May the good Lord bless you. Ciao.